In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your library, your LMS, where you house your content. So let's go ahead and jump in. So this is a preview of what it looks like. And what I want you to do is I want you to go inside of Voma and inside of settings. Let's go there now. Inside of settings on the left-hand side, we're going to go over to LMS. LMS stands for Learning Management System. Okay, so the first thing is that you probably have the header turned off. That's what it is by default. So I'll just save this and show you what it looks like. Now, some of the changes that you make in the LMS, it's not uncommon for them to need a second to take effect, but there we go. So this is what it's going to look like. So we want to make this a little bit more attractive. So here's how we're going to do it. So the first thing is that you can turn on the header. Now, you don't have to have an image, and you won't have this image by default, but what you can do is you could simply, let's say if we remove that image, and we could use a background color. So let's say that you just wanted it to be some sort of green background color, and there you go. So we could then down here choose a headline. In this demonstration, I'm doing tennis serve secrets, and then everything you need to dominate your matches and never lose again. All that text is up here. I know this green is an obnoxious color. Let's see if I can tone it down just a little bit. All right, so let's say if I make it like a darker green, I might want to make the text color white. All right, so let's go with that. And then the themes, you can play around with a few different fonts, the body text font, and you can see what those look like. Anytime that you want to see how things are looking, what we can do is we can click Save, and then we can click on this preview, or if I already have it open in a tab, I can just hit refresh. So let's see if those changes were saved. Whoa! Somehow my white got saved as red. Let's make that change real quick. All right, so let's click Save. All right, let's hit refresh. I must have moved the color picker around a little bit. Okay, so we can turn a sidebar on and we can put some content into the sidebar. So here's some content, and we could add link 1, link 2, etc. All right, and I'll save that. And let's go take a quick preview if that's updated. Let's hit refresh. Nope, that hasn't updated yet. There we go. So you can have some information over on the left-hand side. You can have links to things that you want them to pay attention to, etc. So you could you could give them some information. If you had, for example, a Discord server, I'm just making this up, you could link to that with some instructions on how to join the Discord server, link to a Facebook group, etc. In the footer, this is where you could add whatever text that you want in the footer at the bottom. I'm not going to do this. I think you get the idea. You could link to terms of service, etc., or put whatever information that you want in the footer, maybe a link to support or how to contact support. Another great place to put information about support would be in the sidebar. Now, what I do want to show you is how you can upload an image, and I want to give you some tips on how to make that look great. So instead of this background image, what I want to do is I'm going to upload an image. So I have one prepared, and let me go over here and let's see here, which one is it? Let me pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is. I'll show you what the image looks like. Oops. Let me click on it and do like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and upload this image. All right, so drag and drop, and I'll just pop this over here. It gives me the ability, because the image that I've uploaded is larger than the dimensions of the header, it gives me the ability to move this around. Now, I've created this black bar, sort of, it's not black, it's black with opacity so you can see through it. I'll show you why I did that in just a second. So I'm going to center that in the middle, and I'm going to click Save, and then upload the file, and that file is going to upload. All right, and so we have the white text on a somewhat black background. All right, so I'll click Save and hit refresh, and there you go. Now, why did I have that black bar, and how can you do the same thing if you want to do that? The reason why I did that is so that it's a lot easier for the text to show up. What I've found is that a lot of images that you would use, for example, in this going with the tennis theme, just as an example, if I used a stadium and I uploaded it, there's going to be dark and light and all sorts of different colors of the crowd, the people in the stadium, etc. Same thing with a tennis court, or just a lot of images aren't just one shade. And so are you going to choose, you want your text to stand out. So are you going to use dark text or light text? Typically what will happen is there'll be portions of your header text that look good and they stand out, but others that seem to fade into the image, or they just don't stand out as much. So the way to fix that is to add a little bit of consistency in the background. So what I've done is inside of Canva, I uploaded the image and then I just created a rectangle across it. I added an opacity on the rectangle. So in other words, I just added a shape, a rectangle, and the opacity is right here. They call it transparency. You don't have to make it 48, but just to give you a sense of what that looks like, I made it 48. I'll show you if it's this one. If I slide this one, if I slide the opacity, like this is darker, this is more see-through, so you can barely see it. So somewhere in the middle makes it a lot easier for you to have white text on this background, so you still get a sense of what the background looks like. But so you can still have that nice image in the background, but by adding this bar across it and giving it some transparency, that gives you the ability to have white text on it. So those are some tips that I think will help you really customize and dress up your LMS, your library, so that your content area will really have that personal touch and feel, so that people know, this is like your brand and they're in the right place. So I hope this video helped you to customize your Voma library.